Welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We're doing some spooky crafts today. 3 as a matter of fact. So here we go. Well, guys, how the heck are ya? I hope you're doing fabulous. I hope you've had a fabulous week. Mine's been going pretty good so far. I decided to do some crafts, guys. I was in the mood. I was feeling it. You know, I get that itch that I have to scratch every now and then. So instead of just doing it all by my lonesome, I thought I would film it the best I could. And just share it with you because these are things that you can do yourself to up the spooky factor in your home. Y'all know me. I've got some doll parts laying around the house, you know, some boxes. And so I'm kind of scavenging those to find what I need right now is what you're seeing. Going through my stuff. So, first project I decided to do was a cloche with a vintage composition doll arm and a vintage blinking doll eye. So, first step, find you an arm. Second step, composition arm. I took a Dremel tool to it and put a nice notch in it and snapped it in half. Of course, it was a jagged break, so then I had to take it out to the grinder and grind it down smooth to where it would stand straight and not, you know, stand at a tilt or anything like that. I want it to stand straight up. So I had to keep checking with it. Unfortunately, I did make a few little chips on the outer coating of the composition arm, but that can be rectified, smoothing it out a little bit and painting it. As you can see, it's real jagged when you snap it like that. And here is the piece that I grinded down smoothly. And I'm just going to repaint the whole arm, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to repaint the whole arm just to cover that boo-boo up. Now, this is just a random piece that I picked up from like a flea market or yard sale. I always grab stuff like this just because I never know when I'm going to get the itch and, you know, come up with some kind of something to do with it. I always usually do. And like this glass piece, I found this in another time, and it looks to me like it would have held like maybe a candle, possibly like a votive holder. So, but I'm flipping it over and using it as a cloche to make it more interesting. So, unfortunately, I tried Gorilla Glue first. Did not work. So, we are going with hot glue, and that did work. You know, if you are going to be using an arm that's plastic and it's hollow on the inside, what you can do is put a little bit of hot glue on the inside, take you an old cork stopper from like a wine bottle, shove it up in there, and that'll give you a solid base to work with. I was lucky because this already had a hole in it. If you use something like a pre-made wood base cloche that you would get from a hobby store, you are, of course, able to glue just right on top of it, or you can, you know, secure it with a screw through the bottom. Yeah. Had to fight the little kitten that I've got right now. She kept wanting to play with my cord to my glue gun. See how good that stuck? We got a new kitten. Did not expect it. Just kind of happened. And her name is Graham. And she is a terror. She's driving me absolutely crazy trying to do this project. She's getting into everything. But yeah, it worked really well. And I'm going to paint this. This is the color that I used. It's called Linen by Folk Art. You can pick that at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. It worked really well. It's kind of got, a natural skin tone to it. And once I was done with that and it was dry, I've got my, um, again, guys, it's me. I have a jar of eyeballs, or a dish of eyeballs. And so I want one that is small enough to where it looks like it's being held in between those two fingers right there. So initially, I check the size, make sure it's the correct size, and put a little dab of hot glue in there, get the eyeball on there where it's just kind of, in position, and then mess with it a little bit more as far as trying to get it in the correct position. You'll know the correct position once you get it. Whatever is to your liking, to your taste. But this is how I did mine in there, just where it was kind of like on the tips. And I didn't like that the surrounding part of the eye was a different color than the actual hand. So I painted it with the same color paint just to match it. I have to be matchy-matchy. Here is the finished project. Doesn't it look fabulous? Awesome Halloween decor or something to add to your oddities and curiosities. We have the blinking doll eye that's perched right at the tips of the fingers. And I didn't do anything to paint the base. I liked that it had that weathered look of, that gold finish that was on there was partially missing in places. So I left it just like that. Second project. Here we go. You can do this if you want to. I bought these last year. I don't know if they'll have them again this year. But it is a sticker book from Holtz. And we have these little itty bitty masquerade masks. You have to actually use tweezers to get them on there. But I also purchased these if you watched the Halloween shopping trip, which is just little charms that are like bat wings. And I am going to put bat wings on both of my dolls. This one was an easy fix. She's a tiny little gal. She's only maybe 5 inches. And because of her having a cloth body, I was able to use the hot glue gun on the cloth and it stuck really well. It looks like crap on the back, but nobody cares what the back looks like. We're looking at it from the front. The other one now, the hot glue gun would not work. So I had to use the Gorilla Glue, and I've got a couple little pieces of foam on either side to hold those wings in place while it dries. I let it dry for at least 24 to 48 hours. And here's the finished project, minus the mask, because I couldn't get the little stinker to stay on. On to project number 3. These were mailed to me in the mail years and years ago. It was some company that did reproductions with like a textured paper. This is Monet, and the other, of course, is the Mona Lisa. And I've had them tucked away in a drawer for, gosh, I don't know how many years. And there's a trend going on right now. I can't remember if it's on TikTok or Instagram, where people are taking pictures that they find at like the thrift store, and they're taking it apart, of course, and say it's like an old cottage scenery, something like that, and they're adding ghosts to it, like painting ghosts into it, and then putting it back in the frame and hanging it up for Halloween decor or everyday decor. So I had these in my drawer, gosh, like I told you, for years now. And I just decided to make Miss Lisa a skeleton and put a couple ghosties on the bridge with, holding hands. And by no means am I an artist. Definitely by no means. And a lot of these that I've seen done, you know, these people are not professional artistes. But it's a fun project to do for sure. So while you're out thrifting next time, go ahead and look for something. You know, you can get you a cheap uh, landscape or something like that from Goodwill for just a few bucks that's already framed. Take it apart, add just some ghosties or a skelly or some bats, and reframe it and hang it up. It's an awesome project and fun to do. So this is me doing my thing, going over it over and over again, changing this, changing that. But I thought it was fun. It was relaxing. And like I said, you'll see here in a minute, but it's not it's not the best ghosties in the world, but darn it, they're my ghosties and I like them. So, but I forgot to tell you too, those first two projects that I did, the one with the antique German porcelain doll and the hand, the composition hand with the eyeball, those are in my shop. I'm not keeping those. Those are for sale in my shop, and then the link is in the description of the video. Here is my finished product. And I basically just used a chalk marker for her. And on the ghosts, I used a pencil to draw kind of an outline of what I wanted, and then I took some acrylic paint and painted my ghosties on the bridge holding hands. So I hope you enjoyed our projects today. I thought they were fun and easy to do for anybody and give you enough time to get your, get your stuff together from Goodwill or the flea market and have some fun and get you some spooky on. And if you haven't already, guys, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscriptions up so this gal can start making some money off of YouTube. So until next time, guys, see you later.